What's up, big ponians? I am Mount Convoy, and welcome back to Hangar 88. Today I am finishing the build of the Master Grade XX Gundam. Got all my parts assembled here, so let's just go ahead and get right into this final assembly. Popping together kilt to the torso. We're going to move the side kilts out of the way for the connection of the legs. As we learned with the regular X, we got to be a little creative when popping the legs in on this kit. There we go, got them both all the way in, I think. Flip those side kilts back down. Slap on the shoulder armor. Pop in the arm. There it goes. That was a little scary whenever you're putting these together, because you know you gotta deal a good amount of force to get these on. Get it together. At the same time, it feels like if you push too hard, it feels like you're gonna break it. Come on, you. There we go. Pop the head on. Finally pop on the backpack. And we've got us one boss looking mobile suit right there. He's getting his Obari on right now just because of the extra weight from that backpack with the X foils and all that satellite cannon stuff. So yeah, kind of that Obari pose is a little bit necessary in order for him to maintain balance and stand up by himself. But getting to the review of this guy, let's go ahead and pop the backpack off, because it does get in the way a little bit of his shoulder articulation. But we do have a full 360-degree rotation on the head. We've got pretty good movement, good amount of movement on the base of the neck, as well as the top. Usually you don't get a whole lot of movement out of the bottom joint on the neck, but this one, the double X, has got some pretty good head bopping action going on right there. Pretty good angles looking up and down on the arms. First off, in the shoulder joint, we do have this good extra bit for articulation going here, so that he can really reach forward there. We've got full 360-degree rotation on that shoulder without the backpack on. Let's see, I wasn't plugged in all the way. And the hyper beam sabers on the side kilt does get in the way a little bit of his arms going all the way down, but we do get that basic amount of motion right there, and then plus a little bit extra with that shoulder joint right there, with that little armpit joint. 360-degree swivel on that upper arm. The elbow gives us not quite a 180-degree bend on there. Got a little bit of wiggling on the fist here. Full 360-degree rotation on that, even with the arm guards there. Thumb, we've got a 90-degree rotation right there and a 360-degree rotation that way. On top, not so sure what purpose that would serve though, with the thumb all the way back there, but it does give you a nice opportunity, give you a nice good thumbs up. As far as the waist articulation, very similar to the original X. Most of it's going to, most of our hula action is going to come from the bottom of the waist here, where it joins with the kilt armor. Not nearly as much wiggle room on the top joint, but plenty on the bottom. Likewise with the X, the part of the actual inner frame will interfere with him twisting full 180 degrees, but from this angle to this angle he does have about a nice 90-degree bend there. With the knees, butt flap I think flips out a little bit farther than on the regular X, so we can get the legs a little bit further back on there. Can swing it up nice and high with that thin front kilt there. Ooh, I've got the display base peg still in there, but yeah, that with that thin front kilt we can get that leg up nice and high. Get about a while we're there, we can get about a 180-degree bend at that knee. The leg can also swing out quite a bit. The side kilt moves out of the way well enough for that, swinging that all the way out. Got a 360-degree rotation on that hip joint, just as long as we got it swung out far enough. The foot, we've got a reasonable amount of, very reasonable amount of articulation with the ankle. Again, we've got that extra little poly cap at the bottom, that extra little bit of movement from the poly cap at the bottom of the leg right there. And again, that is, I guess that kind of makes this a triple jointed ankle, but yeah, nice, very reasonable amount of wiggle room there. And then we've got a little bit of articulation with the toes on the foot, and getting some nice little extra action with those pistons that we put together in there. And get to the backpack, we can swing the wings in and out a little bit. The satellite cannons do get in the way of them making a full 90-degree rotation back there. Let's go ahead and plug these back into this guy right here. But yeah, and then the satellite cannons can make about a 90-degree angle that way. Not a whole lot. I mean, yeah, you can do that. Not sure why you'd wanna, but you can. They do get in the way of each other, doing a full 360 that way. And we've also got a little bit of extra articulation here on these main blocks that hold the wing foils and the satellite cannons. That's about I'd say it's about a 40-degree angle rotation right there. In terms of accessories, the XX does have this defense plate, as the box art once again refers to it. It's got this very nice workable arm that comes with it. It's kind of a little bit of a challenge to remember and figure out exactly how it goes, but let's see. Oh, that's right. But yeah, in this basic little configuration right here, rotate the arm around so we can see. But this little peg right here just plugs into that poly cap. And the arm continually wants to pop off of the shoulder joint. That V-fin also likes to go out for adventures. But yeah, there we've got the shield mounted on there. Again, that arm does give it a good bit of extension to work around with. We'll see the main function of that here in a minute. That also likes to pop out, though that might be because I misassembled it and might have stretched out the joint a little bit beforehand. Or whenever I first built it, and probably stretched the joint out a little bit, popping it apart and putting it back together the right way. The Double X has also got a beam rifle that, in addition to putting it in the hands, we can flip the handle in. We've got these little tabs sticking out here, and those can actually tab in either direction, forward or backward, into this little section here on the arm for the shield. Get him a little underarm or under the arm mounted weapon there to use. And of course, we can flip that handle back down, take one of these little sets of hands. It's got that little tab in the middle there. Tab fits pretty squarely into a little hole. There's not really a whole lot of room to adjust it up or down because of that, but that does tab into the handle there. Pop out that set of fingers and tab these fingers in, and there he is, holding his beam rifle. We also get a pair of hyper beam sabers mounted onto his side kilt here. To get those out, we just lift up this little round bit right here, pull it out, and we do have to disassemble it a little bit to get it tabbed into these fingers. It does, once you get the fingers on, or once you get it put back together again, this the beam sabers do give you a little bit more room to slide those fingers up and down the handle. Okay, I guess maybe not so much. And swap out the fingers there. And then, of course, we pop in the effect part. There we go. For some hyper beam saber action. And of course, once we get that rifle put away, we can put another beam saber into the other hand for some dual wielding action. And of course, we do have this little cockpit hatch feature so that we can see right inside there and see the little pilot figure, which we don't actually have in there right now, because as we tried before, putting the normal suit pilot figure of Garrett Rand into the pilot seat there, and he didn't really want to stay in there that much. The little tab on his back there didn't really tab in very well. There is kind of a sweet spot you can get, but if you jostle this guy around too much, he's gonna come loose again. We do get this one pilot figure of Garrett in his civvy clothes. I did get a chance to pop this guy open and see how well he fit. The Garrett that he comes with fits pretty well. This one not so much, but that's something, you know, that can be pretty easily fixed just by putting a little super glue or some nail polish or whatever on that little tab, letting it dry before you stick it back in there. And the Double X also does come with a little mini Tifa Adil standing figure that you can pair with your Garrett Rand standing minifigure that came with the single X to recreate all the adorably awkward teenage crush scenes that you want. And of course, the most prominent feature of the Double X, the twin satellite cannon. We can flip down our X foils here, our Double X foils. This little clip here will clip into that. It can really, because these are the same thing built twice over. So basically, just depending on which side it is which one of these clips that you undo. But they do clip on and off pretty easily from the top and bottom Double X foils. Once we got those flayed out, just take the twin satellite cannons, extend them out all the way, and we try to flip out these little clamp scopes here without yanking them out of place. Slide it out, swing down that satellite cannon, flip it up until it holds everything nicely in place. Let's do the same with the other side. Flip open the radiator foils on the forearms and on the calves. And there we are in our full on twin satellite cannon mode. And a unique feature of the Master Grade, the satellite cannons can actually swivel from side to side to adjust the angle that we're aiming at while on here. That is, again, a unique feature of the Master Grade version of the Double X that we don't see anywhere else here. It's just this little gray area. This little gray area right here where you can see the clamps coming down onto. And even if you just want to splay them open a little bit further just so you can see that see the Double X's head a little bit more and not knock off the V-fin. Kids, you can stop wondering because I'm about to show you the answer to one of the biggest questions concerning this kit, concerning this particular Master Grade kit. Is it compatible with the 1-100G Falcon that came with the 90s high grade kit? And the answer is yes, kinda. It is compatible with the G Falcon for the for one particular mode. If we turn this guy around, we've got this little section here on the backpack that slides down, and this little flap right here on the butt flap that flips down, revealing a pair of peg holes that the G Falcon can somewhat awkwardly, after we move the satellite cannons out of the way, peg into. Get that. Even though this was likewise an ordeal with the high grade version. There it is with the back section mounted. Doesn't quite accommodate the back end of the satellite cannons as well as it did the high grade. So, but continuing on, you do got to pull the shoulders out a little bit with that shoulder joint, that armpit joint, because of the difference in proportions, the the Master Grade Double X's chest is a little bit narrower than that of the 90s high grade. But as soon as we get those shoulders out to the side, and breathe on it wrong so that those support legs in the back will want to fall over. Oh, come on. But it does slide over the chest fairly well, even though, oh, there it goes. And yeah, once we get these cannons extended, and you're definitely going to want to try to get this guy floating on an action base. Those support legs do not want to hold themselves up. But yeah, getting those satellite cannons on the swivel there, it does somewhat, kind of clumsily combines with the G Falcon. Honestly, I mean, it is cool that they added that feature in there, but honestly, I think you're probably just better off putting it with your high grade version, especially since it doesn't quite, wow, taking the backpack right off with it, but yeah, and it doesn't quite work so well in the other combination form, and it's mainly just because of the front end, the way, or just because of the redesigned proportions of the Double X. You can't really move the shoulder joints forward, but because of the reproportioned, or because of the new proportions, the way that the front end with these little slots right here are supposed to slide over the shoulder joint. The shoulder joints are too far back to allow it to really, or maybe, hold on, maybe, just maybe, nope. Nope, moving those up doesn't do a darn thing. But yeah, there's really nothing you can do to get the head of the G Falcon on the Double X for the flight mode. The Double X will fit inside this main back mode the way it's supposed to. Get his legs in there. Fiddle around with the cannons. Make sure the guy in the back is slid down, and yep, that'll tab in fairly well. Close the close that little bit up. The legs don't have the little holes in them for the pegs, for the little pegs that swing out on the inside here. You can't really, yeah, you can't really see them. But yeah, the yeah, that doesn't really, you know, the legs don't have those holes in the back of them, and again, you can't really get this on top of the double X in the way that you really need to, and because of the positioning of the satellite cannons, you can't cheat and plug the head in to this top part right here. But yeah, it is fairly compatible with the G Falcon unit, with the original one that came out in '96, I believe it was. But honestly, I think it's more worth your while just to combine this guy with your with the high grade that it came with, and let's just all hope and pray that eventually we'll see a master grade of the G Falcon that is more compatible with the master grade here. Again, it is more it is fairly compatible in the standing MS mode, which is pretty much the mode that everybody uses the G Falcon for anyway. But yeah, it is somewhat compatible, but not 100%. As we saw before, the Double X does come with a little clip for attaching it to an action-based Type 1. Just slide it inside the little arm there, and then just peg it right, or just clip him right on. And there he is for some nice, ready for some nice aerial poses. In addition to the aerial poses with the clip that it comes with, the Double X also can be used thanks to this little guy in the back here. You can use the little peg attachment that comes with the action base to plug it in the back for some nice ground poses as well. And actually, if you just put the action base in its most basic position, with one part in the center of the square, the other part in the center of the octagon, and you know, got this piston all the way down, and then just move it up one notch along the slider, you've actually got it in a perfect position to support the Double X in just a normal static pose without having to get all Obari on you with that. If you so happen to want to try to use an action base 2 with it, you can creatively get it into the hole on the back of the kilt armor. Let's see here. Flip this. Nope, it won't flip that far. I guess, yeah, you can almost get it. You can get it up to the height of that peg, or of that peg hole on the back of the kilt armor, but really that flap is going to get in the way and really keep you from. Yeah, you can kind of get it in there, but it is going to put some pressure on that flap and probably end up messing up the joint on there. The Action Base 2 can't get up high enough to get that one on the backpack, and even if you can figure out some way to get that into the back of the kilt, he's still gonna, that backpack is still gonna pull the body back for that Obari style pose. But again, with the Action Base 1, as it is meant to be used with, as it is designed for 1/100 kits, you can use it that way. And even if you want to put them in some aerial poses, supporting it that way, again, unless you put it in the satellite cannon mode, which has a good portion of the satellite cannons redistributing the weight forward, so you won't be quite as tempted to lean back from the waist up. But yeah, if you just use this clip here, you are going to be prone to a lot of issues regarding just how top heavy and back heavy the XX is with that backpack. Alright, and let's get a good quick look at this guy underneath a black light. That is looking pretty boss with those twin hyper beam sabers there. Not sure if you can see it on the camera, but that little bit shining through on the front of the Mohawk, that's actually some pipe lighting coming through from the screen on display there. Sadly, that is not from the black light. Once again, you get it in close proximity, you can get a little bit of glow on those dark green bits there. I think you can see it a little bit on the camera here, but again, mostly just gonna hit those beam saber effect parts there. And just a couple of final thoughts on this guy. It's a pretty good build. I mean, very much. It is the same kit as, or in a lot of ways, it is the same kit as the regular X. So that was a lot of the stuff, like with the limbs, was fun to build again. It is pretty cool that they put that functionality of being able to combine with the G Falcon from the earlier high grade kit. Would have been nice if it was implemented a little bit better. If maybe things had been adjusted so that you could get both modes out of it, and if they could have designed the kit so that the satellite cannons would have been better accommodated for it. But it does have quite a few nice upgrades over the original high grade. It's nice that we get that little extra stowing option for the beam rifle, rather than just having to set it off to the side whenever we want to do some dual wielding action with the sabers. It is nice that we get those sliding and flipping panels for the connection with the G Falcon, and it's also nice that we get that we can do the little swivel on the twin satellite cannons. Again, as I said before, with the regular X Gundam, it is kind of weird that they come with the Garrett Rand figures kind of in reverse order as they appeared in the series. Again, we didn't see Garrett Rand in the flight suit until after he'd already gotten the double X. So that is again kind of odd that that Garrett in his regular clothes came with the double X and the flight suit figure came with the regular X. But yeah, again, overall good solid kit. You know, obviously there's going to be some weight problems with the backpack and stuff, but overall it's a good kit. I would definitely recommend it to anybody who likes Gundam in general, especially if you're a Gundam X fan. Not too overly complex, fairly simple, even with the gimmicks that it does have. And that is going to do it for this episode, guys. I know a lot. I wanted to get into some of the comparisons with the inner frame of the regular X, but just because of the quality or lack thereof of my top camera, it's not really going to do us much good in this format. But I will be taking phone pictures and posting those up on Facebook, which you know, up there, those will be much better quality, and you'll actually be able to see the differences and similarities in between the two a lot better that way. So check out my Facebook page. The address is going to be in the description below, or in the outro. Yeah, I'll also put that in the description. But the Facebook page, the Mac Convoy Facebook page, is going to be in the outro. And I will be posting a gallery up of the double X very, very soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, beat that like button like it owes you money. Kick the annotation for more videos that I've done, and smack that subscribe button to stay tuned for more videos coming up. Thanks again, you guys, and I will see you in the next video.